Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. In this video, I will be discussing Cognizant interview experience for Gen Z profile. Guys, this is my third video on Gen Z profile interview experience. So make sure that after watching this video, you watch rest of the videos also. Guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe it as well as join my Telegram group also. I post regular updates on different companies which are hiring as well as the questions which are getting asked in them. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so the date of the interview was 9th July 2021. The branch of my friend was ECE. Duration of the interview was 35 minutes. Okay, so first question, as you all know, will be introduce yourself. Guys, please add only those things in your introduce yourself that you are comfortable in and on which you are able to answer the questions correctly. Do not add anything in which you are not confident or you are not sure. Please add only those things which you can answer easily to the interviewer. So I hope this thing is clear to you. Now, the next question was, what is the diode? Guys, there were 2 to 3 questions on the core branch subjects only in this interview, as this interview experience is of an ECE student. So first question was, what is the diode? So I have copy pasted this definition from the internet. A diode is a semiconductor device that essentially acts as a one-way switch for current. Okay, so in a diode, this current can flow only in one direction. It allows the current to flow easily in one direction, but severely restricts current from flowing in the opposite direction. So as I have told you that in diode, it is a semiconductor in which the current can only flow in the one direction and not in the opposite direction. Okay, so the next questions were, what is a transistor and what is an accumulator? So guys, again, these are the core branch questions only that can be asked from you. So you can simply, these are the simple definitions, you can simply Google them and you will be able to find the answers for the same. Now coming to the technical part for this particular interview. Now the next question was, tell me about the internship you did. What projects did you work on in that particular internship? So guys, if you have mentioned any internship in the resume, make sure that you study everything about that internship, that you must be able to tell that in which company you did the internship, on what projects you worked on, what was your role in that particular project, and on what technologies that project was based on. So all these type of questions can be asked from you by the interviewer. So make sure that if you have written anything like projects and internship in the resume, make sure that you prepare them well and prepare all the questions related to the projects so that you can answer easily. Now the next question was, difference between arrays and linked list. Okay, so whenever a difference is asked in an interview, guys, make sure that you give at least 2 points of difference. First is array. Now an array is a collection of elements of a similar data type. Okay, we know that an array, if an array is an integer type, then all the values inside the array will be integer only. It is not possible that one value is integer and other value is string or char. Okay, linked list. A linked list is a collection of objects known as nodes, where node consists of 2 parts. One is data and another is address. So we know that, see, array is a continuous memory allocation technique, but linked list is a non-continuous memory allocation technique. In a linked list is formed with the help of nodes, and nodes is divided into 2 parts. One part is the data, in which a data is present, and second part is the address that contains the location of the next node. So this is what a linked list is. Now array elements are stored in contiguous memory location, as I have told you. Now on the opposite side, linked list elements can be stored anywhere in the memory or randomly stored. So there can be a huge difference between the location of the first node and the second node of the linked list. So I hope this thing is clear to you. Now array works with a static memory. Here static memory means that the memory size is fixed and cannot be changed at the runtime. So whenever we declare an array, we specify the size of the array. So it means that array utilizes static memory. That is, if we have given the size of the array as 10, then that particular value cannot be increased or decreased at the runtime. That is, we cannot make the size of an array as 8 or 12 inside while running the program. Now on the other hand, linked list works with dynamic memory. Here dynamic memory means that memory size can be changed at runtime according to our requirement. So again, we can insert any node at the runtime, we can delete any node from the runtime, so it will change the memory that will be allocated to the linked list. So I hope these differences are clear to you. Now the next difference was between the linear data structures and non-linear data structures. So guys, first of all, linear data structures consist of like arrays. Arrays is a linear type of data structure, whereas non-linear data structures are trees. So these are one example of linear and non-linear data structures. Now let's see the difference. So in a linear data structure, data elements are arranged in a linear order where each and every element are attached to its previous and next adjacent. Okay, so like linked list, like arrays, these are linear data structures in which the one element is linked with the other elements. Like I element at I is present on the right side of I minus 1. Similarly, in linked list, we have the address, we have the node which contains the address of the next node. These are the example of linear data structures. But what are non-linear data structures? In a non-linear data structures, data elements are attached in hierarchical manner, like we know in tree. So there is root node, then there are two childs of that root node, then there are more children of that particular child node. So this is how a non-linear data structure looks like. Now, in linear data structure, single level is involved. All the elements are present at the single level. But we all know that in non-linear data structure, like trees, there are multiple levels that are involved in the data structures. I hope these two differences are clear to you. You must tell at least two differences in the interview and you will be good to go. Now, the next question was based on OOPS, that is, explain OOPS concept with the 4 principle. Guys, till now you must have given many interviews and you must have encountered this question very commonly, that what are the four pillars of OOPS. So the 4 pillars of OOPS are abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. You must explain every pillar to the interviewer with a real life example, and it will give a it will post a very good impression on the interviewer about the same. So you can read the definitions from the internet, and please make sure that you describe all these concepts with one real life example. Okay, the next was to write a program to print table of 10. Guys, this is the easiest coding question that can be asked in an interview. That is, we have to print a table of 10. So we simply have to run a loop from I is equal to 1 till I is equal to 10. Now we'll first calculate 10 into I. When I is 1, 10 into I will be 10. We'll simply print C out 10, then 10 into 2, then 10 into 3. Similarly, we will keep printing these values. So this is a simple program for printing the table of 10. Now the next question was explain the program of binary search. Guys, I have seen many interview experience of Cognizant, and binary search has been asked in most of these interviews. So make sure that you are able to explain the algorithm, plus you are able to write the code for the same. So what a binary search is? So binary search is a search algorithm that works on the sorted array. If the array is sorted and we need to find a target value, that at what index that particular target value is present, then we will use binary search. The complexity of binary search is O of log n. So it is better than linear search. So I hope the definition of binary search is clear to you. Now this is the program that I have written for you guys for your reference. You can simply take a screenshot for the same. This code will be running perfectly fine, and this is the function of binary search in which we have to find the target value inside this array. Now if we find the target value, we have to return the index of the same. So we'll simply return mid, otherwise we are performing some steps. As you know, it is a binary search, so we can, for a particular step, we will do I is equal to mid plus 1, and for other step we will do j is equal to mid minus 1. And if we do not find the target value inside this array, in the end of the value we'll simply return minus 1. That is, the target value is not present in the array. So I hope this code is clear to you. Now the next question was regarding APT. So guys, APT in Cognizant is very common. They can ask you APT questions. So the APT question was asked from my friend also. His APT question was based on averages. He does not remember the exact question that was asked, but it was based on averages. Guys, simple APT questions are only asked, like speed, time and averages, percentages. Simple questions are only asked. There is no high level of difficulty in the APT questions. So as these were all the technical questions, but there were some HR questions which were asked too. So I will just walk you through the HR questions. See, first question was, tell me something interesting you have done during the engineering. So as you have done engineering for 4 years now, so you must have done something exciting or you something interesting during this particular period. So you can share your experience with the interviewer. He will like it. Okay, the next question was the difficult situation you have faced in your life. So again, this question comes by here and there, like difficult situation you face during your projects, difficult situation you face during your life. So you must explain this particular scenarios to the interviewer. Now next question was ready for relocation. Guys, for this particular answer you always say yes, because it doesn't matter whether you say yes in an interview, because at the time of joining there will be a survey, the survey that will be given to you asking your preferred location. So please only say yes to this particular question, because even if you say yes, it is not necessary that they will definitely relocate you. So please do not say no, please say yes, that I am ready for reallocation. Now next was preferred shifts. So this is based on you can say that you prefer morning shifts or night shifts. That is completely based on your situation. So guys, these are all the questions which were asked from my friend. I hope this interview experience helps you in cracking the Cognizant interview. So guys, this was it for this video. I hope you like it. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please join my Telegram group. Thank you for watching this video.